Donnie Swaggart is a well-known evangelist who enthralled audiences with his passionate preaching and unshakable faith. His loyal fans, however, are pretty upset about recent events. Donnie, famous for his ability to persevere in the face of difficulty, is currently dealing with a problem that has raised his awareness. Many wonder how this news would affect his ministry and personal journey as his fans assist him during this trying time. How is Donnie responding to this circumstance that could change his life, and what precisely has happened? As we go into the specifics of the heartbreaking news that has his followers in tears, stay tuned. The heartbreaking news that shocked fans. Fans of Donnie Swaggart are experiencing shock and intense worry due to his latest announcement. The dynamic preacher, well known for his stirring sermons and unflinching optimism, disclosed that he has been dealing with serious health issues that have interfered with his capacity to serve in the ministry. According to reports, Donnie's illness forced him to take a break from his regular duties, which left his fans feeling bereaved. Fans worldwide have expressed their love and support for this unexpected turn of events. Numerous people have shared inspirational comments and sincere prayers on social media. Some have even shared firsthand accounts of how Donnie's ministry changed their lives. Donnie thanked his followers in a heartfelt statement, stressing the value of faith and fortitude in adversity. In addition to demonstrating his humanity, his openness regarding these hardships has encouraged others to trust God during their trials. Even spiritual leaders must deal with life's uncertainties, as this tragic news serves as a reminder. Donnie's roots in the Swaggered Legacy. His ancestry has significantly influenced Donnie Swaggart's journey in the illustrious Swaggart family. Donnie was raised in a home where ministry was more than just a job. It was a way of life. He was the only child of evangelist Jimmy and Frances Swaggart. Donnie showed a natural charm and a profound comprehension of biblical teachings at a young age, frequently copying his father's preaching. Attending revival meetings as a child allowed him to observe firsthand the transformational potential of his family's ministry. But bearing the Swaggart name came with a lot of scrutiny and expectations. Donnie frequently struggled to maintain the family's legendary reputation while forging his personality. He maintained equilibrium over the years, making a substantial contribution to the Jimmy Swaggart Ministries with his creative methods and passionate sermons. His commitment has enabled him to become a well-respected spiritual leader, demonstrating that his heritage is a constant source of inspiration and strength rather than only a cause of stress. The love story that defined his personal life. Donnie Swaggart's life behind the pulpit tells a tale of faith, love, and tenacity. The pillar of his journey has been his marriage to Debbie Swaggart, which has withstood adversities that many believed would destroy it. The couple's brief split years ago garnered much attention, causing fans to worry and critics to speculate. But in the end, their reconciliation served as evidence of the strength of their relationship and the efficacy of faith. Donnie frequently talks about how their love became a symbol of forgiveness and tenacity due to God's grace helping them through their hardships. Their 3 children, Jennifer, Matthew, and Gabriel, have all actively participated in the ministry and followed in their family's footsteps. In his sermons, Donnie regularly highlights his family's steadfast support and the joy they offer to his life, demonstrating his love for them. Their narrative still motivates others, showing that faith-based love can overcome obstacles. A career based on passion and perseverance. A brilliant example of transforming passion into purpose is Donnie Swaggart's career. Donnie has spent decades preaching sermons that uplift, heal, and lead as co-pastor of the Family Worship Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A worldwide audience has come to admire him for his dynamic preaching style, frequently characterized by poignant tales and profound theological insights. In addition to his position in the pulpit, Donnie has played a significant part in Jimmy Swaggart Ministries' growth. He oversees several outreach initiatives, such as the ministry's globally televised television program, which gives millions of people hope. But there have been difficulties along the way. Donnie has been criticized for having strong beliefs, but he sees these instances as a chance to strengthen his religion. His tenacity has bolstered his ministry and his determination to help others become more like God. Donnie's commitment serves as an example of the benefits of following one's passion despite challenges. Challenges that shaped his ministry. Throughout his ministry, Donnie Swaggart has experienced both success and hardship. The aftermath of his father, Jimmy Swaggart's well-reported troubles in the late 1980s was one of the most pivotal periods. Donnie took on the challenging role of restoring the ministry's reputation while the family faced criticism and distrust from the public. His tenacity and openness were crucial in gaining followers' trust and advancing the ministry's goals. In addition to the controversy surrounding his father, Donnie has come under fire for his blunt and frequently divisive views. His candid remarks on social and religious issues have generated discussions and garnered praise and criticism. Donnie is unwavering in his resolve to share the gospel despite these obstacles. He has learned to turn criticism into progress due to these experiences, making him a resilient and sympathetic leader. Many have been motivated to discover strength in their spiritual journeys, even in the face of life's most difficult challenges, by his ability to overcome them. The role of music in the Swaggered Legacy. For the Swaggart family, music has always been more than just a background. It has been a vital component of their personal and professional lives. Donnie Swaggart's childhood was inextricably linked to music. Jimmy Swaggart, his father, enthralled audiences worldwide with his gospel songs, piano performances, and sermons. This musical background significantly impacted Donnie, and he now recognizes the power of music to speak to the soul beyond words. With a superb choir and live performances that unite the crowd in worship, the Family Worship Center in Baton Rouge frequently incorporates music into its services. Songs like Jimmy's "There Is a River," which embodies the Swaggart family's spiritual mission, continue to have a profound emotional impact on audiences. According to Donnie, music is a universal language and a divine gift that has the power to inspire, uplift, and heal. In his view, it is not just a component of worship, but also a fundamental aspect of his ministry, facilitating an emotional and spiritual bond with his followers. A father's influence on faith and leadership. The enormous influence of Donnie Swaggart's father, Jimmy Swaggart, has greatly influenced his ministry career. Donnie saw his father's persistent commitment to gospel sharing from an early age. He frequently accompanied him to revival meetings and personally observed the strength of faith. Donnie learned to appreciate the variety of ways one can serve God from Jimmy's twin positions as a musician and a preacher. Donnie has remained loyal to his father and promoted the principles of forgiveness and redemption despite the scandals that formerly dogged Jimmy's career. Through their relationship, Jimmy taught them priceless lessons about humility, perseverance, and the significance of always having faith at the heart of life. Donnie has frequently said that his father's ability to bounce back and rebuild the ministry after adversity is a continual reminder of God's grace. In addition to defining their family's history, their common goal fortifies their supporters' conviction in the transformational potential of faith and second chances. Donnie's relationship with his children. Donnie Swaggart, a father, believes fostering faith in his family is essential. His 3 children significantly impact his personal and professional life: Jennifer, Matthew, and Gabriel. With shows like Generation of the Cross and a knack for engaging with younger audiences, Gabriel Swaggart has emerged as a particularly dynamic voice in the ministry. By actively participating in the Family Worship Center's outreach programs, this next generation of Swaggarts ensures that the ministry's influence keeps expanding. As evidence of the tenacity of their common religion, Donnie has frequently talked about how his children's devotion fills him with unmatched pride and delight. He regularly stresses the significance of setting a good example and fostering a home where spiritual values are valued. Donnie's relationship with his children demonstrates his dedication to creating a legacy of faith, love, and service to God that endures beyond generations through sermon sharing or quiet prayer times. The importance of faith during difficult times. Donnie Swaggart's conviction that faith is a lifeline during difficult times is frequently reflected in his sermons. Drawing on his own experiences, he openly discusses obstacles that tried his grit, such as health issues and periods of uncertainty. Donnie's personal health problems recently made this message more relevant to him because he had to rely on prayer and scripture to help him deal with uncertainty. His fans have found great resonance in this vulnerability and respect his readiness to share his successes and setbacks. Donnie regularly emphasizes the importance of prayer as a source of strength and comfort, urging his audience to turn to God for direction in their trying times. One of his favorite lessons is that hardship is a chance to develop spiritually and strengthen one's bond with God, not a sign of weakness. Because of his genuineness and unflinching optimism, Donnie's lessons have motivated others having difficulty finding hope during their darkest hours. Expanding the ministry beyond Baton Rouge. Jimmy Swaggart Ministries has grown from a small local church to a major force in worldwide outreach, largely thanks to Donnie Swaggart. Although the ministry's headquarters are still in Baton Rouge at the Family Worship Center, Donnie's creative efforts have allowed it to expand its reach beyond continents. Through television broadcasts and internet platforms, he has been a driving influence behind shows like The Message of the Cross and Francis and Friends, which reach millions of people. Thanks to its digital expansion, the ministry has gotten a wide range of consumers, from busy metropolises to rural villages. International crusades that provide thousands of people with hope and redemption are another example of Donnie's enthusiasm for sharing the gospel. The ministry's commitment to creating study materials and records of faith-based music is a little-known aspect that increases its influence. In addition to upholding his father's legacy, Donnie has created his own by embracing contemporary technologies and international outreach, guaranteeing that the ageless message of redemption is heard worldwide. Overcoming controversies with grace. Controversial moments have been a part of Donnie Swaggart's journey, which is typical for popular personalities in Christian leadership. Donnie has handled these difficulties with humility and tenacity, navigating everything from arguments over his theological interpretations to criticisms for remarks on delicate social subjects. His comments regarding religious inclusivity were one significant scandal that generated intense debates in both social and religious sectors. Rather than retreating, Donnie took the chance to restate his dedication to Christ's teachings, love, and togetherness. Even detractors praised him for his ability to handle criticism while remaining loyal to his convictions. His public apology for any inadvertent offense caused was an exceptionally motivating moment, proving that accountability is a necessary component of authentic leadership. Donnie demonstrates how grace and faith can turn disagreement into a chance for growth by confronting controversies head-on and encouraging candid conversation. This strengthens the mission of his ministry and strikes a deep chord with followers. The influence of televangelism on modern faith. Donnie Swaggart has been in charge of bringing faith into millions of people's homes through televangelism. He has adopted television and digital media as practical means of spreading the gospel, carrying on the tradition of Jimmy Swaggart Ministries. Global audiences have been reached via programs such as The Message of the Cross, which provides spiritual instruction to people unable to attend church. Donnie has successfully engaged younger generations by increasing the ministry's social media presence and live streaming programs in recognition of the transformation to digital platforms. An intriguing detail that demonstrates the ministry's widespread influence is that viewers of its online sermons have come from more than 100 countries. Donnie's commitment to making Christianity relevant and approachable in the current digital era is demonstrated by his ability to combine traditional preaching with contemporary technology. By remaining flexible, he not only upholds his father's vision, but also makes sure the ministry changes with the times and keeps changing lives. Providing community support through charitable work. Donnie Swaggart believes that faith is about action rather than just sermons. The various community projects that the Family Worship Center has undertaken demonstrate his dedication to charitable activity. Donnie actively promotes compassion as a tenet of Christianity by planning food drives for the underprivileged and offering aid during catastrophes. One motivational example is the ministry's outreach initiative, which provides free Bibles to disadvantaged communities worldwide. Donnie often reminds his congregation that selfless deeds of compassion are a sign of deep faith. Supporting addiction treatment programs is another aspect of his charitable endeavors that reflects his belief in holistic rehabilitation that attends to both spiritual and physical needs. It's interesting to note that volunteers from all across the nation frequently attend the ministry's yearly charity activities, demonstrating the unifying force of faith in action. Donnie is a perfect example of how giving back improves people's lives and deepens one's relationship with God by spearheading these initiatives. Handling criticism with resilience. Being a public figure entails receiving criticism, and Donnie Swaggart has experienced it all. Donnie has learned to face these difficulties with unshakable confidence, whether personal attacks on his family or debates over his philosophical position. His capacity to view criticism as a chance for introspection and personal development makes him resilient. Rather than reacting angrily or defensively, he frequently consults the Bible for strength and wisdom. In one particularly noteworthy incident, Donnie gently responded to his detractors during a contentious discussion concerning his view of salvation, stressing the value of harmony above division within the Christian community. His handling of criticism shows humility and strengthens his leadership credibility. Donnie exemplifies the fundamental virtues of forgiveness and tenacity by avoiding criticism and concentrating on his goal, encouraging his followers to overcome hardship with dignity and resolve. Donnie's stance on modern social issues. Donnie Swaggart has prioritized using a faith-based perspective to address contemporary social concerns in a rapidly changing society. Donnie provides viewpoints based on biblical teachings on various topics, including the ethical effects of media, the dissolution of family units, and the difficulties of upholding spiritual principles in a secular culture. His lectures usually address issues like the value of conventional marriage, the perils of consumerism, and the necessity of empathy during contentious times. Even though his opinions frequently spark heated arguments, Donnie promotes productive dialogue and exhorts his listeners to view differences compassionately. His focus on teaching young Christians how to deal with contemporary issues without sacrificing their faith is an interesting truth. Donnie ensures his message stays relevant by bridging generational divides with specialized sermons and youth outreach initiatives. He enables his congregation to address contemporary concerns while maintaining their spiritual roots by fusing traditional religious principles with a progressive outlook. Collaboration with Jimmy Swaggart Ministries. Working closely with his father, Jimmy Swaggart, to advance their common goal, Donnie Swaggart is essential to the growth and success of Jimmy Swaggart Ministries. In addition to his duties as a preacher, Donnie works with others to create ministry strategies to ensure the organization's vision changes to meet the congregation's evolving needs. Together, they are in charge of the Family Worship Center and its outreach initiatives worldwide, including internet platforms and worldwide transmission. Donnie's fresh and upbeat style enhances Jimmy's knowledge and expertise, forming a fruitful collaboration that spans generations. Their mutual love of using music as a pillar of their ministry is an intriguing feature of their partnership. Donnie frequently organizes musical gatherings that deepen people's faith. Their cooperation shows a shared dedication to reaching individuals of various ages, ethnicities, and cultures, in addition to a familial bond. Jimmy Swaggart Ministries has maintained its reputation as a reliable and significant force in the televangelism industry thanks to this synergy. The influence of his parents on his ministry. The legacy of Donnie Swaggart's parents, Jimmy and Frances Swaggart, who greatly influenced his spiritual development, is ingrained in his ministry. Donnie learned the value of tenacity, humility, and compassion while growing up in a home based on faith and service. His mother's unwavering support and his father's enthusiasm for sharing the gospel were models for his ministry. Donnie frequently attributes his love for God's Word and desire to spread its message to others to his parents. Donnie's focus on music, influenced by Jimmy's well-known contributions to gospel music, is one obvious example. Furthermore, Donnie's emphasis on developing a personal relationship with his congregation reflects Frances's function as a mentor and counselor in the ministry. These teachings continue to direct Donnie as he continues the Swaggart family's mission fusing historic principles with a contemporary strategy to maintain the ministry's relevance and influence. Donnie's passion for youth ministry. Donnie Swaggart firmly commits to youth ministry because he understands how important it is to foster faith in the next generation. He tackles the particular issues that today's kids confront with his program, Generation of the Cross, including peer pressure and identity and purpose-related concerns. Younger audiences, who frequently find it difficult to relate to conventional religious figures, find Donnie approachable due to his conversational and sympathetic demeanor. One intriguing aspect of the show is how it incorporates contemporary topics like social media and mental health into conversations about religion, which makes the message relatable and current. In addition, Donnie plans youth conferences and retreats, offering secure settings for social interaction and spiritual development. His commitment results from his conviction that the next generation of church leaders will be young believers. In addition to bolstering each person's spiritual journey, Donnie makes sure the ministry's mission endures in a world that is changing quickly by equipping them with biblical knowledge and valuable life skills. Coping with public scrutiny as a preacher. As a prominent preacher, Donnie Swaggart is accustomed to being watched by the public. He frequently becomes the focus of heated public debate, ranging from criticism of his sermons to conversations about his private life. Donnie, however, views these difficulties as a chance to grow in faith and character. Drawing strength from the Bible, he perseveres in his dedication to God's cause in the face of hardship. His transparent approach to criticism, which he uses to teach his congregation forgiveness and understanding, is an intriguing illustration of his tenacity. Donnie actively engages with those who challenge his strategies, transforming possible confrontations into fruitful discussions rather than taking offense or avoiding complex topics. In addition to enhancing his reputation as a spiritual leader, this strategy has shown that authenticity and vulnerability can be compelling ministry tools. Donnie encourages others to stick to their principles by embracing criticism with poise. The role of music in his ministry. Donnie Swaggart's ministry is centered around music, which reflects the profound impact of the Swaggart family's musical heritage. During services, music builds strong spiritual bonds by bridging the gap between faith and emotion, whether it be through modern worship songs or traditional hymns. Donnie works closely with the Family Worship Center's musical staff to add poignant performances to church services and television shows. The ministry's concentration on unique compositions, many of which have grown to be congregation favorites, is one noteworthy feature. Donnie frequently adds a relatable and inspirational element by sharing personal tales of how particular music has influenced his spiritual development. Because of their enthusiasm and skill, the ministry's choir and musicians are well known and attract audiences worldwide. Donnie makes the gospel understandable to individuals of all ages and backgrounds by including music in his lectures, improving the worship experience, and reaffirming the universal language of faith. Navigating the modern evangelical landscape. In the constantly changing field of evangelicalism, Donnie Swaggart is a shining example of flexibility. He has embraced new ideas while adhering to biblical principles in light of rapidly changing societal standards and technological breakthroughs. Thanks to its social media outreach and live streaming efforts, the ministry has reached a worldwide audience, especially younger generations. Donnie's sermons frequently offer biblically based advice on mental health, family dynamics, and cultural differences. The ministry's use of interactive internet platforms, where followers may participate in real-time discussions and ask questions, is intriguing. Jimmy Swaggart Ministries is now more accessible and inclusive than ever because of this contemporary strategy. Donnie ensures that the ministry's central message of love, redemption, and faith doesn't alter despite these adjustments. His leadership and vision are demonstrated by his ability to strike a balance between tradition and innovation, which helps make the gospel relevant in today's fast-paced, globally interconnected world. Donnie's vision for the future. Donnie Swaggart has a bold and motivating outlook for the future. To reach people in even the most remote parts of the world, he hopes to use technology to broaden the ministry's global reach. The goal of plans for customized material and multilingual broadcasts is to make the gospel accessible to a wide range of cultural backgrounds. Donnie is committed to developing leadership in the future generation to help young ministers continue the ministry's purpose. His emphasis on incorporating faith-based counseling services into the ministry and treating spiritual and mental concerns is an incredibly creative endeavor. Donnie wants to establish a ministry that adapts to the times while remaining loyal to its foundations by strongly emphasizing sustainability and diversity. His vision demonstrates a strong dedication to ensuring that Christ's teachings leave a legacy of faith, compassion, and creativity that will inspire hope and transformation for years. Leaving a lasting legacy. Donnie Swaggart believes that establishing a lasting legacy involves more than just receiving recognition. It also affects the lives he has impacted and the faith he has sparked. Donnie is a prime example of what it means to live a life with meaning through his fervent preaching, humanitarian endeavors, and commitment to family. His leadership and vision are demonstrated by his ministry's worldwide reach and flexibility. The innumerable testimonies of those whose lives have been changed by his message of hope and salvation are a particularly poignant component of his legacy. The tale of Donnie is one of tenacity, conquering obstacles, and remaining loyal to his purpose. Donnie is dedicated to sharing God's love in ways that speak to people from all walks of life as he works to increase the ministry's influence. His story is a potent reminder that action combined with faith can have a positive knock-on effect that lasts generations.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon